Hey there, before we dive headfirst into this, I wanted to do a quick introduction. Hi there, my name is Raven, otherwise known as the Raven Den. Now, this isn't the normal type of content I make or partake in, but it has been something that I've wanted to do for some time now. So, please bear with me as I take you through this journey. Also, if you think I got something wrong or you have a different interpretation of something I said, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. Now then, on with the show. By all accounts, Avianna Kolesh is not a good person. Now, before you come at me with your pitchforks and torches, let me explain. I'm not necessarily saying Avi is a bad person. She's like that one Wreck-It Ralph quote that everyone uses for characters that do both good and bad things. You know, like people do. And that's just it. Avi is a person. She's a nuanced being with her own sense of right and wrong, good and evil. She sees things in a different light than most people due to her unfortunate upbringing and environment. The thing that makes people see her as a bad person is her personality. Sorry, Avi, don't hurt me. She's incredibly standoffish, brash, easy to anger, and very, very aggressive. But that's only if you look on the surface. While, yes, through and through, Avi's a very aggressive and violent person, she's also incredibly caring, warm, thoughtful, and endearing. She cares about her friends and companions as if they were her family. And that's kind of because they are. The closest thing to siblings Avianna has are the High Standard and her friends in and around Summergrass. While they will butt heads, yell, scream, and sometimes punch each other over annoyances, differences, and conflicting ideas, Avianna would defend each and every one of them, fight for their honor, and even die for them. Though she would never tell them that to their faces, Avi cares about these people. They took her in when nearly everyone else pushed her aside. They showed her that there are good people out in the world, ones that care not for your race, background, or mistakes. These people have given her a home that she can always come back to. But therein lies the rub. Avi can't stay in a home. Not for any magical or cursed reason, mind you, more of an emotional one. See, Avi is a person made of walls. Several incredibly thick ones made to keep her from getting too attached to people. Now, why does she have so many walls up? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple when you think about it. It's because of one person and one person alone. Her mother, Hayden Kolesh. Now, not to get too deep into Bird Mom, but let's just say she isn't winning any Mother of the Year awards anytime soon. Hayden's lack of empathy and motherhood towards Avianna made her a very caged person. The first time Avi felt anything of a connection to anyone was her first encounter with a young Rory Ormen. At the age of 10, these two made a weird but special bond with each other that grew over the years. And after a while, Rory became a tether for Avianna. A big old stick in the mud that she can always come back to. Something plain, normal, familiar. He became a constant in her life that she gets annoyed with every once in a while. No matter what happens, where she goes, or who she becomes, he'll always be there for her, whenever she needs a break from everything. Rory is one of the few people that Avianna knows that she can be vulnerable with. Someone who she allows to look past the mask, the face she puts on for the world. Rory is the only person who truly knows Avianna besides herself. Okay, well, that part isn't exactly true. See, a big part of Avi's defensive nature, we'll say, is the fact that she doesn't really know who she is. Due to her demonic nature and parentage, Avianna is constantly in a fight for self-identity. She wants to be her own person, not to be defined by who/what her mother is. But there are times when that demonic side of her comes out. Whenever she's in battle or dealing with a frustrating situation, Avi tends to get incredibly aggressive, almost to the point of hostility. And while yes, sometimes it's her just showing love and affection towards someone, just look at her interactions with Miriam, there are times when there's no other emotion besides anger. It's that specific part of Avi that she hates. It reminds her of her mother. This monstrous, unapologetic bastard of a person who throw away companions and family the moment they become useless to her. And Avianna knows deep inside that is a part of her. A monster waiting in the shadows for the chance to break through the cracks. To throw away the quote-unquote facade that Avi has worked so hard to create. But, thankfully, Avianna has tethers in her life. These chains, let's say, that keep her grounded in reality. That allows her to be pulled back from the shades of her mind and remind her of who she is. She's Avianna Kolesh. Not Hathayora, not some demon. She's just Avi. Okay, now that I'm done with the depressing stuff, let's give Avi some praise, because God does the girl need us some time. Now, to preface, Avi is a very straightforward and blunt person about 90% of the time. However, when she's in a comfortable enough situation or is alone with her friends, Avi allows herself to relax. She allows herself to show them that while she is a bit of a hard-ass and not the easiest person to get along with, that she loves them. It's as simple as that. She loves these people. Even Quintus. Sometimes. But again, she still loves these people. She has laid bare her heart and soul for these people so many times. She lets them know what she is, who she is, and expects it in return. She really cares about these people. I cannot stress this enough. She is an incredibly kind and caring person. She would do so much for her friends, her family, and she already has. To expand on that, one of my favorite moments of Avi showing unconditional kindness, even to someone that sometimes doesn't deserve it, is with Nemric and Honokuni. Now, during some downtime, Avi and Nemric have a talk, a continuation of a conversation they had earlier on whether they should fight Fiona or not. At first, Avi is very aggressive, as per usual, but still calm, explaining to Nemric why she hates him. Now, I know this seems counterproductive to my previous statement, but give me a sec. She says that the reason she despises him is due to the fact that every time she looks at Nem, he just reminds them of what the party has lost. Of Quintus, trapped in hell with Fiona, waiting for them. And the part of this moment that I really love is the keen choice of words Avi uses. It's not that she just flat out hates him or that she can only hate him. No, it's that she can't help but hate him. That despite all Nemric has done for the party whilst in Honokuni, there's that part of her that can never trust him. And it's at this specific moment that Avi really shows her true colors. Nemric goes on to say how every time he's tried to act selfishly, he's been met with disgrace. The ruined artifact in the Bastille, the flowers that he tried to grow, even the items he brought to keep Miriam alive. All ended with disgrace and opposition. But he reassures Avi that in the party completing their goal, that is the thing he wants. That he wants them to get Quinn back. And this prompts Avi to retort in a very Avi way. She proposes a deal with the Tarnished himself. She states that, despite her better judgment, these people mean more to her than she ever thought they would. Mentioning the journal that Nemric has been writing in to give to Fiona, a book filled with details about the journey they've been on so far and the personalities of all the party members, that Nemric keeps everyone's weaknesses out of it, and that there will be no mention of Rory. And in return, she'll give him hers, every single one, both physically and emotionally. Nemric then goes on to say,
"That is a bad deal for you, Kolesh."
And Avi, being Avi, gives a very apt response. She continues saying that she promised their friend Quintus, then correcting herself to our friend Quintus, that she'd protect Miriam and the others. And that right there, that single conversation gives you all you need to know about who Avianna Kolesh is. Kind of makes this entire video a little redundant, but regardless, that 10-minute convo beautifully shows who Avianna Kolesh is. She's an amazing person, willing to sacrifice herself time and time again to protect the ones she loves. Someone who will fight the heavens and hells if need be to make sure her friends can live a safe and happy life. She's a hero, an incredible comrade, and simplest of all, a friend. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This has been such a fun ride, and if it does well enough, I plan on doing more of this with the rest of the PCs of Vestige, and maybe even branch off into the other campaigns. But most of all, a big thank you to Hayden for giving me the courage and support to start down this in the first place. You are an awesome homie, and I literally never would have thought to do this without your encouragement, so once again, thank you, Hayden, so much. And to the rest of the cast, you better watch out. You might be on the stage next. But I've taken up enough of your time and I need to go do some raids in Final Fantasy XIV, so I'll see you guys later. As always, love ya, peace out, and rock out. Later, teenies.